with Bash Bros movies, and last night we saw Pirates of the Caribbean number 5, Dead Man Tell No Tales, aka Salazar's Revenge, or Revenge of Salazar, or something or other like that. I don't know if...
Slash The Return of Will, slash Will Turner's sons grows up, slash Keira Knightley comes back, slash Hector, slash daughter, slash hashtag and whatever not. So many subtitles on this title.
And too many. I'm not even sure how long the title of this video is. Anyways, Jack Sparrow comes back too. I mean, you can't go without Jack Sparrow because he was in the trailers. We get a lot of background story because I haven't seen many...
Master Gibbs pays Jack to come back too.
Well,
on multiple occasions.
Pirates will do anything for money, so because they are stupid like that. So.
And speaking of money, have you ever seen a bank robbed like that?
No, not really.
That has to be a first, right?
I mean, I would have to go and check, but I think that's the only bank robbery that involved
the whole bank.
That went down that way. And also, I mean,
when you say bank robbery, you never take it literally. You know, it's like they rob the money, they don't rob the bank. If you get my point.
Anyways, let's not spoil the beginning of the movie for the people out there. I mean, I saw the trailer with Captain Salazar. He frees this dude. Well, he doesn't free this dude from prison. There's this one scene where he, I don't know, destroys this ship and goes into the prison. There's this young man there. And he asks him if he knows Jack Sparrow and can he find him for him. And this whole movie revolves around Salazar finding Jack Sparrow and somehow...
No. Killing Jack Sparrow.
Well, he has to find him in order to kill him.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to find him, he wants to kill him. You see, when you find somebody, you don't have to kill him. When you want to kill somebody, of course, you got to find him first.
Well, in this case, he wants to kill him. Therefore, he has to find him in order to kill him anyway. So
yeah, but it's the finding that's the journey, but the killing is the end.
Well, and this movie is all about journey too. I mean, because we're traveling from one point to the other, and they go around on the sailboat.
And we got female astronomers, and what's the other one? H something.
Henry Turner?
No. H. The woman is an astronomer.
Oh, she's a horologist.
Astronomer and she has no donkey.
Yeah.
You know it doesn't work without a donkey, but you know, just... And I'm not even going to go into horologist stuff that goes on in this.
It's horologist with an H. You watch the movie. Listen, the thing that Pirates of the Caribbean do is they mix the real world with the fantasy pirate world, and for some reason or another it works. I mean, it's hard not to like this movie because it was really that good. I mean, the score...
Listen, here's something you have to keep in mind.
Story, I mean, the characters, they all come around, make this wonderful mishmash of...
What does make
beautiful movie making.
Beautiful, but what does make this movie stand out, let's be honest, when you go
to see Pirates,
you're gonna go watching Pirates of the Caribbean, you want to watch Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
You want a nice story around him, but you want Jack Sparrow. You want him to get most of the screen time because that's why they made the movies, because of Jack Sparrow. This movie does it differently because there's so many actors in it. They all get screen time. Characters, yeah. There's so many characters that get their points of view in this one that it's really hard to just plaster Jack all over the screen and say have Pirates of the Caribbean. But they did the story amazingly nice. But that means less Jack Sparrow than you want to see. Although he's there.
And I wasn't disappointed because we got a lot more Barbossa, and we got Javier Bardem's Salazar, which was a cool character in himself. I mean,
and Bardem was phenomenal.
Listen, to me, he'll always like Anton Chigurh is always gonna be one of probably my favorite villain of all time in cinematic history because he's just that evil. But so yeah, Salazar is a notch or two below Shigur in evil villainy, because he's not necessarily a villain in this movie. He's more of an antagonist who's seeking revenge against Jack Sparrow because Jack Sparrow did him wrong. So, I mean, after
He
there's
didn't
a whole
even do him
background.
wrong. He just outsmarted him.
Yeah, but there's a whole background
You
story
get to see it.
Yeah, and that story in itself is pretty cool too. So the way Pirates of the Caribbean mixes the fantasy world with real world, and how those two worlds can even coexist with each other without like you said, the astronomer, like she doesn't even believe in like these fantasy things. Like she's a scientist, so it's like she's not aware of all these things that happen, because
You can imagine it freaked her out quite nicely when she finds out.
because most of the stuff that revolves around the fantasy aspect in this universe it's all tied to the sea, which is the point of this movie in a way. You'll see, we're not gonna spoil it for you, but it's all tied to sea, because without sea there is no, I can't say if there, like, the fantasy elements would even exist in this world, but in this world it's all tied to the sea, and not always to the Caribbean, but somehow it always revolves around the Caribbean geographical area.
I don't think it does anymore. I think they just keep the title.
Probably.
I think they go all over the place at this point. So
Listen.
even the third one, fourth one,
I read last night after we came back, I read that I saw on Disney's Facebook page or Instagram that this is their final adventure. It was Pirates of the Caribbean Facebook page, I think. This is their final adventure. I don't buy that for a second.
here's what you have to keep in mind. I mean, it took them a while to go from 4 to 5, but here it's Hollywood. That means it's money based.
Yeah,
If the movie makes money, Disney's gonna make it.
I also saw an interview with the cast and the producers and the director, and one of the producers said that, or director, I can't remember who it was, but basically they said the reason it took so long to get this movie done is because Disney took precedence with the Star Wars and MCU first. They gave them the priority, even though Pirates of Caribbean 4 made lots of money. Like, they knew they were getting a film, it was just a matter of time before it gets done. I think after this weekend's box office results and after the initial run, in, I don't know, next 2 or 3 weeks, depending how long this movie can hold up to Wonder Woman and
Baywatch.
Baywatch, Mummy coming out too, but it's like, I mean, the initial reviews for Baywatch are awful, but so until we see the movie, yeah, I mean, it's comedy, so we can really judge the movie until we see it.
With topless Zach and Dwayne.
Hey dude, I want to see Priyanka Chopra, man, so and Rock. So anyways, so to say, I mean, they can go pretty much anywhere with this franchise, and honestly I want to see some more of I don't know, Arctic adventures, maybe even like end of the world kind of scenarios.
But here's the thing with this movie,
because we didn't really have those, so
the thing is, I mean, you have to watch the movie to get it, but the way they end the movie is like,
yeah, there's a post-credit scene.
okay, there's a post-credit, but before the post-credit scene, the way the movie ends is basically like, at this point we can stop, and if you don't make any more movies, you get a complete story here.
Yeah.
But then they throw the post-credit scene in there, and it's like, yeah, all of a sudden it's not done anymore.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's something more happening. So it's like, if the movie doesn't make any money, Disney can say, okay, we're done with the Pirates of the Caribbean. Now let's be honest, I don't see them rebooting the franchise anytime soon, because who takes up Johnny Sparrow?
Yeah, Johnny Depp is still Jack Sparrow, and he still has a lot of...
You can't have
I mean,
somebody
even if
else...
they reboot it, I think they're gonna bring him on board.
You can't bring somebody else to do Jack Sparrow, and you can't do Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow, because everybody's gonna be like, well, where's Jack? We want Jack in it, because everybody started watching movies because of Jack. So the way they finished it, it's like, okay, it's a complete story. Something happened and now kind of resolved everything. At this point, we don't need to make any more. But then the post-credit scene is like, something's happening.
Yeah.
But it's basically, if we make money, you know, if the cast wants to do it,
oh, they'll do it.
You know,
I mean, they need
jobs.
Yeah,
they need jobs. If somebody's like, okay, they're gonna do a 6th one, I think they're gonna do a 6th one. As long as they can keep the story going as they have this far. Listen, it's a money thing. If it makes money, there's probably gonna be a 6th one.
And as long as the story they come up with is better than 3 and 4, I'm cool with it. So
I liked what they did with the 3.
Listen, 3
I mean,
was,
they went all over the place, but I like what they did with the 3 one, even the 4th one.
to me, 3rd was boring and kind of
3
dull.
is, you know,
4th was more adventurous in a way. I liked what they did with it, but I was like, it's like, if you're gonna kill Jack Sparrow, now you had to bring him back. It's like, why wouldn't, like, you could have done without all that and come up with
that was
something.
one of
But
the
it
funniest parts, Jack with himself and
Oh,
then everybody else
yeah,
coming rescue.
yeah, but it's like you can always have Jack Sparrow alone on an island playing with
But
himself.
it just, you know, I like what they did.
And
with it.
drinking
Even
rum.
the 4th one, the Captain Blackbeard and everything, you know, and the end of the 4th one.
Yeah, the 4th one was pretty
I know,
solid.
man,
I like
as
it
a
better than
goat,
3rd.
and I can
but,
do ooh with my hands.
should we parlay the score of this movie?
Proceed.
I give it a 20 out of 30 on our scale. I could go. Listen, at one point it just became, I don't know, too dragged out in a way. I mean, yeah, it all fits, like the story fits. It was just a little bit way too long for me. So, because of that, it's 20 out of 30. I
It was
mean,
probably the shortest one yet.
exactly my point.
23.
See, it's not that high of a score, man.
Enough. I can't go like 26. It's not that good, but it is good.
Definitely.
And like I said, it's missing. If somebody proposes, okay, would you rather watch Pirates of the Caribbean 5 or just Jack Sparrow 2 hours talking to himself? I'm probably gonna go with 2 hours of Jack talking
Sparrow,
to
yeah,
himself.
definitely.
But because that's what you expect of the movie. So my only downside to this movie is not enough Jack Sparrow in it. Like, he is there, but there's so much stuff happening besides him. There's so many different characters involved who all get their share of the story and their share of the scenes. It kind of takes Jack, like, he's in it, he's still focal point, but it's almost, you can take Jack, substitute him for any other pirate, and this movie still works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want that in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, because
No way,
at that
man.
point the story takes precedent over Jack Sparrow,
listen,
and that should never happen.
Who would have ever thought that a movie based on a Disney World ride would not only get a movie, but become so popular that would get 4 sequels? Who would have ever thought?
And all because of Jack Sparrow. So you don't, Johnny Depp's portrayal of Jack Sparrow, so you don't want to phase that out. You don't want to take him out, like,
No, you take him
You
out of
don't
the
want-
equation, all of a sudden you just get a boring pirate movie.
like I said, this movie works. Jack makes it more fun, but you substitute Jack for any other pirate, movie still works.
Definitely.
You still get the same movie, except those few scenes where it's just Jack being Jack. And you don't want that in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. You don't want a Pirates movie. You want a Jack Sparrow pirate movie.
I'd love to see a pirates movie though. So, yeah.
So that's my only downside. There's not enough Jack in it.
Yeah.
If that's what you're expecting, he's there. He's still being Jack. He's funny as ever, but not enough Jack in it.
Yeah. That's it from us for this week. We'll be back in
Next
3 or
week.
4 days, I guess, depending on our schedule. More about that soon. Till next time, Bash Bros.
Yeah.